and welcome back to my channel. My name is Deseray and it's very nice to meet you. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my everyday makeup routine. It's been a while since I have made one of these, so some things are probably still the same, but I think a couple things have maybe changed. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and let's get started. So we're going to start off with my primer. I know this is definitely something that was in my other video, but it's the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So my skin is already cleaned and prepped. I normally like to do some skincare before. I know I have a couple different things on my face, but I just like to use serums more than I do moisturizers because my skin's so oily. So normally it's just serums, and most of the time it's the serums that are in my video that I did of my skincare. So if you want to see what that is, then click that video and you will be able to see. What I like to do is I kind of just like to put it where the pores are, because I will be using a second primer. So just kind of tapping it in and pressing it in. Just really fill in the pores because I have very enlarged pores. Okay, now for the rest of the face, I'm going to be using this little tester, this little sample. It's the Estee Lauder The Smoother. It's just a little baby sample, and I'm just going to be using that for the rest of my face. I'm trying to use up the makeup that I do have, because of course, if you know, you know, I am on a no buy. So I'm really just trying to use what I do have, and I figured the first thing to probably use first would be more of my samples, because I only have a couple, but honestly I don't use that much primer. I use it every time I do my makeup, but it's just I don't end up using a whole lot out of the package itself. So I'm trying to use the ones that have the least in them before they go bad, and so I can actually be using them up. I'm still not sure how I feel about this. I think they still sell this. I don't know. I've had it for a while. So I think they still sell this, but it's pretty good. I'm not completely sure how I feel. I mean, it does smooth the skin, but in some ways it feels like a little oily. But I think it's a pretty good product. I don't know if I would actually purchase the full size itself, but I do think it's a good product. And of course, I'm going to go in with the Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. I have shade 2.5 Fair. And I'm just going to go all over the face with that. I am kind of sad that I'm on a no-buy for a little bit longer, because I have been seeing all of the dupes that e.l.f. has been coming out with, and I'm like, those look so nice and I want them all. Especially the contour wand and the blush wand and the highlighter wand that they just came out with. I want them so much, but of course I'll have to wait, which is fine with me. I just I so want them now. They look so good. Now, I don't actually have the Charlotte Tilbury ones to compare them to, but I've seen a lot of comparison videos, and some people actually like the not the Charlotte Tilbury, the e.l.f. better, because it's more glowy and the pigment is pretty much the same and the blendability is the same and the colors are almost spot on. And a lot of people actually liked the e.l.f. more because there's more of a shade range. So especially for the darker skin ladies out there, you have more of an option and something that will blend in with your skin better. So I've seen a lot of people actually prefer the e.l.f. Okay, now I'm going to go in with, I'm trying to find my brush. Okay, the Estee Lauder. I've been using this a lot. I do have some other foundations, but I don't know. I don't have a whole lot, but I do have some, and it's hard for me to use some of my other ones because of like the shade and the consistency of them. So I kind of just stick with the same ones. So I have a feeling this was probably in my other makeup video as well. But, oh well. I was going in with the brush first. And then I'll smooth it all out with my sponge. Figure this would give me more coverage today. So I had someone come in my room to talk to me for a second. By the way, the little chirping is still those little baby ducklings. Actually quite bigger now, but they're still inside. I don't like to let the ducks go outside until they are fully feathered, so they will be in here until they are, which will be a few more months, which I'm okay with. I just have to switch them over because right now they're in like a cricket. Sorry, my sister calls it circuit, and so I accidentally started calling it circuit, but it's cricket. She got a cricket for her birthday, or for Christmas. Yeah, it was for Christmas. And so I'm using that box, which is pretty long, and for 2 little ducklings, it's enough. But they're getting to the point where it's not that much space for them anymore, because I like to have space where they can really run around. So I gotta switch them over to an extra little dog kennel that we have. So I'll probably do that tonight. I'll put a little bit more on the cheeks, a little extra rosy. But I do, okay, so I've been seeing this, and I know it's more of a TikTok thing, but I was wondering, would y'all like to see the Meredith Duxbury challenge? I know that thing's been out forever. I know some people don't even do it anymore, and those who have, they're like from last year. But I was wondering, would y'all like to see the Meredith Duxbury foundation challenge? Because that looks really interesting to me, and I actually think I might enjoy it just because I have like a lot of blemishes, and if it covers in the pores like she said, that would be amazing. So if y'all would like to see that, please let me know. I'm going to use the Aero Filter Finish in C6. I feel like I've been really inspired by some of the makeup videos I've been seeing lately. I'm like, oh, this looks so interesting. I should probably try out a few of those trends. Okay, I think I'm going to use some of this today. It's the Tarte Glue Wand. Add a little bit of extra white to the face. So I know I have not been on here. I know. It's the season for the business is really picking up, so I have really been focusing on that and then just family stuff. So I know I haven't been on here as often, so my apologies for that. I really am working on that. It's kind of like this last year. When it started getting really busy, I wasn't on here as often, but I really want to change that up, and I want to be on here more. So I hope to do better with my timing, so I can post more on here, make more shorts, which I've only done a couple, and possibly expand my horizons to other social media platforms. Okay, well, it's all set in. I can still see a little bit of rosy in my cheeks, but it's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to set with powder, of course. For the under eye is the e.l.f. Halo Glow, and this is in the shade Light. I like this. And for some reason, I feel like I'm like ready to try another type of powder underneath the eyes, but I feel like this is the best one I have for the under eyes. I know once my no buy is over, I do want to get the Charlotte Tilbury powder. I've even thought about getting the NYX. Which one is that? Their setting powder, the pressed powder. I think it's the Bear With Me powder. Yeah, I think it's that one. Because I think some people are saying that that's been like a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm kind of interested in that one. If either of you have tried both of them and have a comparison, let me know. Because I want to pick out the best one. Because it just looks so airbrushed underneath the eyes. And all over the face, really. I'm like, I really want to try that. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with my cream products. I'm going to go with the Olipop Stack the Odds. The shade I have is Sun-Kissed. I'm just going to go in with the bronzer, which I actually, surprisingly, hit pan. But it's really the only cream bronzer that I'm using at the moment, so I would see why. I really like to go heavy-handed on the bronzer, but in the end I feel like it looks pretty good. I just really like the way bronzer makes my face just look extra sun-kissed, just contoured and bronzy. It really does. I really like bronzer. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorite makeup products. Blush is nice, and I know it's most people's, but I have really like red cheeks, and so I don't mind blush, but sometimes I'm like, it's really no different than what my skin already looks like. And I do think that blush really pulls the look together, but bronzer really just adds dimension and contrast to my face. So I think that's probably one of my favorites, along with mascara. Like, I feel like if you have a look on and you don't have mascara, it just really does not match. Like, mascara really brings the look together. So I'd say bronzer, mascara are like my two favorite makeup products. So I'm just gonna do a little under the chin. Try to bring up the jawline. Make sure it looks a little bit more contoured and pulled up. Now we'll go in with the blush in that, which is this. For some reason, actually, it's so weird, but like, there's like some hard pan or something around it. I don't know why. But I'm just gonna go in with that. Bring it up the face. There we go, looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more, just so we can really have some definition going on. Okay, now that that is done, I'm now gonna go in with powder. Sometimes I like mix up. Sometimes I'll do like my face and then I'll do my eyes, and sometimes I do my eyes before my face. I just sometimes I don't completely stay in order, but it's okay. Now I'm gonna go in with powder, and I've been loving the OPV Beauty powder. This is the translucent powder. I'm gonna put that all over the face. Where is my powder brush? Who knew? I guess I'll have to use this one, but it's not the one I like to use. Oh well. Okay. Just gonna put a little bit of this all over the face. There we go. bring down some of that glowiness. Okay, I learned. Okay. Well, I don't know how to say this, but I guess you could say I learned something about myself. Sometimes whenever I first get makeup products, I have such a high expectation for them that I actually don't like them in some ways, and then I start using them more, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? I like this. Like the Charlotte Tilbury False Filter. First, I didn't really like it. This I thought was like too yellow on me, and there's been several other things. I'm like, I don't really like this. And then I'm like, you know what? Why do I not like this? And I think that I didn't like this because it like makes my face a little bit glowy, and I already have oily skin. But after a while, I was like, hey, it's really not that bad. It actually works out really well. And by that, using that powder is like my favorite powder right now. It really just brings everything together. I absolutely love it. Okay, for bronzer, actually, it didn't get out of bronzer. Let me get one. I think, okay, I know that this is not usable anymore, but you can just use whatever bronzer you actually like. But it's from the Park Ave Princess palette, right here. And for me, I know, a lot of people, like, don't like to use their, like, discontinued products on their content because no one else may be able to get it. But you'll find me, I actually do still use it because whether or not you can still get this thing, this palette or any other palette, like I have the Too Faced Cocoa Contour, the Sugar Peach, like the Pat McGrath Bridgerton collection, which I think is discontinued because it's at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and like some Glamlight stuff, which I'm pretty sure is discontinued. I will still use that because whether or not you can still get this, some people do still have it, or you can just use your own favorite bronzer, which is fine because not every product that you put in your videos everyone's gonna use, whether it's available or not. So really, I'm just showing you what I do, and if you want to follow the steps, you can, and you can just use your own product. I don't expect anyone to use the products that I have, because honestly, I watch a lot of videos myself, and I don't, first of all, I'm not going to buy, but besides that, I don't normally go out and buy all of those products, which some people do, which is totally okay, but for me, I don't do that. I just will see the technique that they're doing, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome, let's do that. The Hourglass Ethereal Glow, and I just like use what I do have, but I follow the technique if I really like it, and I like maybe put that product on my like my wish list, but I don't feel like I have to have it. So like I will use, discontinued products just as a little disclaimer there. And if you don't like it, well, you could just ignore that part of the video. But I've actually seen a lot of people say that I don't see why you don't use it. And I have wondered that too. I'm like, why don't you use it? I mean, I know you can get it, but there's so many makeup products out there, and there's so many dupes that literally everything kind of blends in after a while. And most products end up just being the same because everyone wants to recreate what everyone else already has because it's a great product. Right now, to contour the nose, I'm using the Film Star Bronze and Glow palette by Charlotte Tilbury. Just bring a little bit of dimension. No. Bring that up here. Okay. For the brows, is the same products I've been using forever because they have not ran out yet, and so I'm still using them. It's the brow pencil by the Brow Gal in medium brown 4. Just gonna shape the brows a little bit and fill them in. So yes, I still use all the products I have because after a while I find it wasteful. Like, I have, even with this no buy, it has definitely helped me to slow down and be like, hey, you don't really need every product. Yes, they're cute. Yes, they look amazing. But really, you're just gonna have a massive collection, which is beautiful. It's a dream. But are you really gonna use all those products? They're all gonna go in the trash at some point if you don't use them. And it's just, it's unethical. It's just gonna be a waste of money. It's gonna be like a waste of product whenever someone else could be using it. And I get it. I mean, a lot of people get PR, which would be a dream one day. And I get that. Like, that's amazing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like some people, like, they use it once and they never use it again, and they don't do anything about it. Like, they literally keep it in their collection, and then like a year later they're like, oh, expired trash. And it's like, really, I think we should just slow down on the consuming of the products. And if you do get the product given to you and you test it out, because that's what your content is about, then when you're not going to use it, like you finally decide, hey, this didn't work out for me, or after a few months you're like, oh, I'm not really using this, you should just pass it along. Or if you really know something, like a product that you receive, like, or that you buy, and you're really not going to use it, I mean, give it away. Or if you did buy it and you're like, oh, I don't want this anymore, most of the time you can return it. I just realized that about myself. We're just really over consumers. I don't think I've talked about that on here. I hope I haven't, so I hope I'm not repeating myself. But I've talked to my family about this. I'm like, at times I'm like so sad that I'm on this no buy, because I'm like, oh, this new cute stuff. But it's like, in the end, I have enough makeup. Like, I don't have nearly the amount of a collection that most people have that are content creators for makeup. But I have a lot more than some of the average people that do their makeup on a daily basis. And like, there's no point in like trying to have more just so you can have more. I'm trying to be wiser with my money, wiser with what I do have, and actually using what I do have versus just collecting and consuming. I'm really, really trying to do better with that. Okay, for primer, oh, by the way, the brow gel I used was Anastasia. Okay, of course, my usual shadow primer, Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, it's my money, I can do whatever I want. Absolutely. I'm just giving my opinion. I have found that even if I'm just talking about me on here, that's fine. I don't care. I just found for me, I realized that it is not good to overconsume. We already have more than enough. Us Americans, all of us, we have more than enough. Even the poor and homeless here in America have more than people across the world, because their homeless is like literally nothing. It's like bone dry. And our homeless here, they get money, they get food. At least they're not like dying because they don't have food. People across the world are actually dying because they don't have food. And sometimes I find myself concerned about not having the right outfit, or not having enough of, not enough shoes, not enough clothes, not enough makeup. And I'm like, oh, but look at her collection, look at her clothes. I'm like, I don't have what she has. But you know what? There's some people that don't even have what I have. And I mean, that's really sad. Like, I have more than some people that I do know. And, they're not poor. I'm not poor. I'm I would say middle class. Like, I have enough. I have more than I actually need. And it's like, I'm still find myself complaining and whining about stuff. Not always out loud, but like in my mind. I'm like, I wish I had that. Okay, I'm going in with the Star Wars palette. I'm just going to stick with like some of the browns, and I may put like a little of this shimmer in my corner. So I'm like, why do I always feel the need to have something? Why can't I just be content with what I do have? And I've asked myself that a long time because ever since I've been working, which was like 15, almost 16, like I've always just wanted more. And I think it's because like I feel like I got everything I needed as a child. Like I did. I really, really did. But I guess because I didn't always get what I wanted, when I was able to get what I wanted, then I just like I didn't stop. Like I just kept going. And sometimes I still find myself like trying to get more. And I'm like, Desiree, what are you doing? You do not need more. You have everything you need plus some. Like, can't you just be grateful and content? Uh, so I'm actually really glad that I'm gonna no buy. I mean, I still buy like stuff, but I do try to like limit what I do buy. If it's not necessary, don't get it. Now, sometimes I still get things that are not necessary because, you know, every once in a while it's good to treat yourself. It's good to get stuff. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Um, but it's just whenever you're getting it just because you can, and just because you may feel like you have to meet other people's standards, then I'm like, you need to just slow down and be grateful for what you do have. And that's actually really been helping me. This has really been like a blessing in disguise because at the rate I was going, I was just like ungrateful for what I did have, and inside was really complaining about things. And now, at times, I'm like, when I do go shopping, I put like things in my cart, but in the end, I'm like, I go through it because I'm like, I feel like I'm just like, I have a shopper's high. Like, I'm just getting things, and in the end, I'm like, do I really need this? Do I really want to spend all my money like on this? Like, is that really worth it? So I really have been critiquing myself, and I have been so grateful. My dad initiated it because I was buying makeup like all the time, but he's like, I think you should slow down. And I was like, okay, you know, slow down, whatever that is. And then I got to a point where like I was getting more and more, and my dad was like, okay, you know what? I challenge you. How about we, if you get this one last thing, then because I was really, really wanting it, and he's like, how about you, you know, I guess, how would you put it? He pretty much like challenged me how about you don't buy anything else for like a few months, and I was like, oh, and I thought long and hard about it. I was like, okay. Later on, I was like, what did I agree to? But I agreed to it nonetheless, and it really has helped me a lot. Okay, that was a lot more pigmented than I expected, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Like, that's my favorite shade of this whole thing, but I didn't expect it to come off on this like that. So, it's really out there. I gotta blend that out. Sorry if I sound a little stuffy. I had, I guess you would say a cold last week. So, I have just been working on enjoying what I have. Like, I know I joke, like, my sisters walk in my bedroom, and they, of course, they want my clothes. Because I'm the oldest. And they're like, you have so many clothes. I'm like, no, I don't. And then sometimes, like, I feel like I really don't have that many clothes. And then sometimes I'm like, I really do have quite a bit of clothes. So it's just like, you know, trying to be content with what you do have. And because Easter's coming up, we were talking about Easter dresses. And we were joking. And I'm like, no, I need another Easter dress. I'm like, I don't have enough. And that's exactly how I used to feel. This time I was actually joking. I was like, at first I was kind of like, I don't really know what I'm going to wear. But I was like, I do have options. I was like, I don't have to buy a new dress just because I just bought some dresses. And we were just joking. And I'm like, of course you feel like you don't have any. I was like, really thinking inside myself. I was like, you know I'm just joking, but that's actually how I used to feel about it. And that's really not how it should be. I'm like, you shouldn't feel like you don't have enough. It's like, because I've been blessed with so much. I shouldn't be focused on what I do have, but instead, focused on what I don't have, but instead, grateful for what I do have. So I just kind of been, I guess, thinking about that. So, thank you for letting me go on about this. I don't know if y'all really wanted to hear this, but just what's been going on lately in my mind about the makeup world. Like, it actually really just repeats itself over and over and over. And it's like, in my opinion, most of it's not worth it because it's going to be there, next week because someone else is going to come out with the same thing. But it's actually like some people coming out with dupes because it's more of an affordable option. Because Charlotte Tilbury is up there on more the higher scale. So I like having more of an affordable option. But it's like, we don't really need the same makeup coming out every week. It's like, it's already out, just let it be. So I really, I don't know if this is really a rant, but thanks for letting me go on about it. Just gonna smudge that out a little bit. Just trying to do like a little soft wing. I don't normally do this, but I figured it would be cute. I know I'm supposed to be doing my everyday makeup, but I normally don't do a wing like this, but yeah, oh well. Oh well. The rest of it's what I normally do. My eyelid actually hurts. I don't know why. It's like right here in the middle. It hurts for some reason. Okay. Oh, great. That black is sticking to my cheeks. Oh well. You can probably see it right there. Sticking to my cheeks. No. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, that's better. Okay. Well, kind of cute. With the glitter, it's kind of cute. Let's go back in with this brush and just kind of clean up the little black that I got there. Okay, it's not perfect, but you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, now for highlighter. Sorry, this is probably going to be a long video. For highlighter, I'm going to go in with the same palette from Charlotte Tilbury. I actually used to use this highlighter all the time, but I realized how subtle it was compared to some of my other ones. So I stopped using it, but we'll just use it because I haven't used it in such a long time. So it's like, we should just use this today. Center of the nose, of course, underneath the brows, and a cupid's bow. I love putting highlighter on my cupid's bow because whenever I put my liner on and my lipstick, it just really emphasizes the lip. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to put some mascara on. I'm going to, where's my curler? I'm going to curl my lashes. I'm going to put Rare Beauty on the top lashes. And then I have a little sample of Charlotte Tilbury, the push-up lashes, the Pillow Talk. I'm going to put that on the lower lashes. And then I'll be right back. Okay, lashes are done. Now I'm going to go in with lips. I'm going to go with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk into medium. So what do all of you think about everything happening in the beauty community? Oh my god, I need to sharpen that. It's like scraping my lips. How do you like all the new makeup coming out? What do you think about the direction that things are going? Like more shorts, more TikTok videos? Do y'all like that? Or do you like the YouTube? And do you like long YouTube videos? Do you like the short ones? Like, what does everyone out there like? I'm good with all of it, but I do still like people making YouTube videos because I feel like that's where you get, I don't know, like the most information, the most, I guess, just for me, I still very much like watching YouTube videos. For my lipstick, I was using the Burt's Bees 501 blush color. So, that's kind of how I like it. I mean, I still like watching all of the other ways of watching it. Like, when I say it, I mean makeup videos. I'm going to use the Toyco Super Setter. Yeah, because I've heard a lot of even like creators talk about how things are definitely changing, and a lot of people are doing like short, cute videos, which is really nice. But they're still like, creators on YouTube, and I'm like, does people still like the YouTube style, and like enjoy that and want to be a part of still watching that? And there's some people that are like yes, and there's some people that I feel like still most definitely want TikTok and short videos. It is easier like to watch those, but I feel like these are like more personal. But that could just be me. But that's just how I feel. You're allowed to have your own opinion about it. So I'm just wondering what everyone else thinks. Okay, I think this is it. So, like I said, the eyes are a little different than what I normally do, but I normally change it up often anyways. Like, I normally do different colors and things like that. So, yeah, this is my makeup look for today. Just sharing my everyday makeup look. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Well, let me know everyone's thoughts, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye!